What's up, bait? How's it going, guys? Let's give everybody a couple more minutes to get in here. Share the stream with your friends. Let's get it popping in here. God damn it. Got the hiccups again. Oh, dude, I'm stoked for today. I think it's going to be an excellent day. I think today is going to be fantastic. God damn, I hate the hiccups so much. I thought I'd be over them by the time the show started. There's my boy Jose. I got you a DK core too. Hope you're doing well, Jose. Yo, Jose, DM me your address or your P.O. box or whatever so I can get these sent to you, buddy. Got them just sitting on my desk. Can't see them too good with the green screen up, but some Emmett Smith. Alright, let's hop into it. Share the stream with your friends. Post it on your social medias. Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. Whatever you got. Post the show on there. Awesome, awesome. I get it sent out to you tomorrow, bro. I'll give you the tracking or whatever. So, you might be able to tell from my projections here, but we got plenty of value today. Plenty of value. Even some low on. Like, Goga, who is the second best value in my projections, is only projected for 6% owned. Miles Turner, who is a lock for me on DK, 5% owned. Like, we got some good looking plays today. Let's start at the point guard. Lock City, Scottie Pippen. He's gonna be a little chalky. There's no denying that, but how do you not play Scottie P? That's what I call good chalk. I mean, I'm a Grizzlies fan. I know what he's about. 8, he plays him a lot. He knows what Scottie P's about. This guy's a baller. Should get all the usage today. Really love Scottie Pippen. Gonna have a ton of him. Bub Carrington looks amazing. Has scored 30 or more fantasy points in 3 straight games. The matchup's solid. He's just too cheap, really. Not really a core piece, but I'm going to have a ton of him. Love Carrington today. Probably my favorite pay up on the slate's Luka today. Also, we got news earlier that Booker was questionable with an illness. Then we got news that he's optimistic he'll play. But I don't think it really changes the trajectory of this game. Like Luka a lot as a pay up. I think Cade Cunningham is getting overlooked today. He is in a fantastic matchup. Has a great upside. I really like Cade. Derek White, solid play today. Tyrese Halliburton, really great matchup. I think he's just pulling a little bit too much ownership for me today. Garland, this is going to be a great game to watch. I can't wait. I'm watching this game tonight. Darius Garland and the Cavaliers taking on the Warriors. He's grading out pretty well. I really want to attack this Memphis Washington game, though, for DFS purposes. And Jordan Poole looks solid. I probably would prefer Bub Carrington, but, I mean, oh, we're getting some news here. A lot of it. Grant Williams going to play. I thought he would. Brandon Miller, too. But Keontae George, oh, that's for tomorrow. Questionable for tomorrow. All right. But Jordan Poole looks solid. He's definitely got a higher upside than Carrington. I would probably prefer Carrington, but I'm honestly okay with either one. Mike Conley, I don't feel like you're going to have to get to him today, but he's fine. LaMelo Ball probably be my second favorite pay up today. Great matchup. He's not pulling very much ownership at all. And Line Star has him for 4% ownership right now, and if that's what he's pulling, then I want him. Steph Curry looks solid. I told you I like this game. Both teams play great defense, though, so should be a great game to watch. Don't mind if I land on Curry, but it's not a guy I'm jamming in either. Fred VanVleet looks okay. Haven't really been able to trust him this year, even though he did have a good one last time out against San Antonio. But this Oklahoma Thunder team is just a little bit better defensively. So I'm going to manually bring him down a little bit. I don't like that. Jalen Brunson looks fine. Not really a game environment I'm trying to target, but he's totally fine. Suggs is going up against New Orleans. He's really having to carry this team on his back, him and Franz Wagner. With Paulo out, the price is a little high, but he's proven earlier in the year that he can get it done. So if he falls into my lineups, I'm okay. But most of these guys from here on out are just GPP plays. We're going to go over them, but unless I specifically say so, they're probably just GPP only, like Damian Lillard, Jamal Murray. The price is too cheap on Jamal Murray, but it's the first game back from injury, and he's still questionable. I think he plays, but we don't know for sure yet. But first game back, I don't know how much run he'll get, but if I knew he had full run and was fully healthy, then I would be playing a lot of him. Kyrie's fine. Of course, prefer Luka, but Kyrie's a superstar on his own. Theoretically, this game should be a blowout, so Peyton Pritchard should get plenty of run, but can't predict a blowout. Everybody else down through here looks fine. If you want me to touch on a certain guy, just let me know who. There's some big names through here. What's Murray's ownership? Right now it's at 2%, but like I said, that's $7,000, and that game doesn't start till 8 p.m. Central, so, you're really wagering on if he plays or not. I would personally just kind of avoid him unless we got news before lock. But everybody else through here is just kind of GPP filler. Even the pay-up guys like Shai, Harden, Trae Young. There's just so many better pieces than them today on a big slate. I think if you want to get super different, it's a very risky play, but Luke Kennard today could look alright. He hasn't played much this year, but this team has nobody at all. They are a skeleton. Let's go over to the 2-guard where we got my next lock of the night, Brendan Boston. I don't see how you don't play Boston today. He's just too good, playing too many minutes for a team suffering from a lot of injuries. I got him projected for 27.5 fantasy points, and he's grading out as one of the best values on the slate for me. He showed you he has upside against Portland, but even if he doesn't get me 37 fantasy points, I'm perfectly okay with him getting 27.5. You want Cam Thomas. I am definitely not playing Cam Thomas today. His ownership's 2%. I got him projected for 30.5 fantasy points, and that's only 4.2% value, which just isn't enough. And Boston is a tough defense to play. No way I'm rostering Cam Thomas today. let's see here. We got some more news. Bradley Beal remains probable. Nimhard's available to play. Even with Nimhard playing, still my next core piece, Benedict Mathurin. He's too cheap at 5,500. He's met that value for 4 straight games in a row, and I don't expect that to change tonight. And he has a juicy matchup with the Hornets. Juicy matchup with the Hornets. Love it. Giannis is in. No surprise, kind of thought that. Keyshawn George, he's fine for me if he falls into a lineup. Not a guy I'm forcing because I like Bub Carrington and Jordan Poole more than him. But if he's the last guy in a lineup, I'm totally okay with it. Has met value at this price 3 games in a row, and I expect him to continue to play big minutes. Really like Jaden Ivey tonight against Atlanta. 3 games in a row, he has met value at this price. And 2 games in a row, he scored over 20 points. I think he is making it a point to try to score the ball more, and I like Ivy a lot today. News just keeps rolling in. I'm sorry, guys. Gary Trent Jr. is ruled out. Draymond Green, a true game-time decision. We talked about White, Halliburton, Poole. I think Andre Jackson makes a great value piece if he's your last guy in. I'm not building around Andre Jackson like I was last night. But if he's the last piece in, I'm totally okay with it. Play him. He's great value. Bilal Calabi looks great. Don't mind him at all. Like I said, we got 3 other Wizards, though, that I want more than him. Just this whole Memphis-Washington game, I'm trying to target. Norton Powell looks great. Don't mind him. Brandon Miller, clear number 2 behind LaMelo in a great game environment. Don't mind him. We talked about Suggs. KCP is just a terrible basketball player. He has had value in 2 straight games, but you can never trust him. Dante DiVincenzo's fine. I think Klay Thompson's interesting tonight. I don't think he'll pull very much ownership, but he really hasn't done anything since that first game of the season he played in. Hero, he looks great. Don't mind him at all. Great environment for him. Definitely a get different play if you're looking for it. I think Hero matches that description. Only 7% owned. Amazing matchup, and I think he's priced just a little too cheap. Brad Beal, he's okay. Probably look better if Booker sets. I don't know if Booker sets, but I mean, if Booker is out, then Beal obviously gets more usage. Malik Beasley's okay. I mean, for 4K, though, just give me Jackson. Everybody else through here is just MME filler. If you guys have a question about any certain player, just do what 8 did and ask me about them. Let's move over to the 3 guard or small forward. He burnt us last time we cored him. I'm not coring him tonight, but I will go ahead and tell you guys I'll have a ton of him. Jake LaRavia. Gonna have so much Jake LaRavia. We're gonna get to Nurk because I like Nurk a lot tonight when we get to the centers. But I'm gonna have a lot of Jake LaRavia. He's gonna have to play big minutes today, and he usually produces when he gets the minutes. Almost a core piece. He may wind up being in the core. Franz Wagner. I love him tonight. What's up, Mr. Don? Franz Wagner is just in an amazing spot tonight. I love Franz. Najee Marshall should get the minutes tonight. They're going to need somebody to be on the court to guard KD, and he's truly their best defender. I expect him to play a lot of minutes tonight. Really like him for only 4,500. And yes, we're going to be doing a DraftKings score. It's going to be after FanDuel, though. Another guy I'm in love with tonight. Probably won't make the core, but I'm going to have a ton of him, and I really like him. It's Jalen Johnson. He's doing everything for this team, and he kind of has to. It's just him and the Trae Young show. I really like Jalen Johnson tonight. Zachary looking great. I mean, I'm not expecting 61 fantasy points from him tonight or him to drop 33 points, but I don't mind Zachary at all tonight. Kispert's okay. Ingram's interesting tonight with no Zion. He definitely has the upside. KD, I might manually boost if we get some news. Don't know yet. Jimmy Butler at 7,600 should be a crime. He is just a far better basketball player than his price is reflecting. I know he's had some down games. He's been pretty streaky this year, but if you want a low-on stud that can absolutely pop off, I think that's JB. Talked about most of these guys. Josh Hart's just a little overpriced for me tonight. I'm not a believer in Tobias Harris. I mean, if you're trying to win a tournament, look at these game logs. Like, sure, he's exceeded value playing Philly, scoring 38 fantasy points. But is that enough to win you a tournament? I just don't think he has that tournament winning upside for you. And then everyone else through here is just GPP filler. Even Jason Tatum's not grading out the best for me. Even LeBron. Let's move it over to power forward. Jaren Jackson's a lock for me tonight. Him and Scottie P should lead this team with Jake LaRavia or Santi Aldama being the third guy. But Jaren Jackson, his usage increases a ton with no jaw on the floor. The Wizards have no one that can slow him down. Kyle Kuzma's out, so they can't match him up on Triple J. Alex Sarr, I mean, the rookie, he's good, but he's not going to be able to compete with Jaren Jackson. So, love Jaren Jackson tonight. Talked about most of these guys already. Julius Randle, I don't mind, but the game environment scares me. The Timberwolves should be able to handle this one pretty easily. Siakam I like a lot. The matchup's just great. Really like Siakam. Isaiah Stewart makes for a good value today. He should have to play plenty of minutes with no Duran. AD looks good as a pay-up. Don't mind him at all. Peyton Watson, if he continues to start, which I expect him to, he's great value. Allen Mobley, take your pick. I mean, it's really a roll of the dice with these two guys. Last game out against New Orleans, it was Allen with 45, and Mobley still with 38 is fine. Like, it's truly a roll of the dice. I feel like Allen is the guy that has a more upside, but Mobley's the guy who is more consistent. So, Grant Williams I like a lot today. He should have to play a lot today because they truly have no big bodies. It's just him and Taj Gibson, who's like 100 years old. Naz Reid looks fine today. Then pretty much everyone down through here is just MME filler for me. Let's move over to center where all the value is today. So Kieta is by far my favorite. Going to be my most owned center by far. He's pulling 27% ownership according to LineStar. I love him. But if you want to get different, a guy I think has just as much upside, Goga Blitzstedt. I can't even speak. Bit of the Z, fuck it, Goga. He's only pulling 6% ownership here. Really, really like Goga. And then you got Daniel Gafford. He's pulling more ownership, but he should have to play all the minutes. Nurk plays soft defense. These center matchups today are amazing. Miles Turner looks great. I prefer him on DK, but even over here, he looks fantastic. And then Nurk, last two games, he has got the minutes finally. They've kind of played with his minutes all year, but the last two games, he's played north of 28 minutes and has scored 40 and 50 fantasy points in those games. I think he can absolutely do that again tonight if he gets the minutes. And he's not pulling much ownership at only 6% right now. He's cheap at 5,400. He would be my third center behind Kieta and Goga, but Nurk looks great tonight. I don't mind if you're rostering Nurk. I think you're doing a fantastic job building your lineup. Zach Edey's just okay. He's probably going to get in foul trouble because they're going to have Jonas Valanciunas out there on him, and he can body up Zach Edey. It's just what it is. Edey makes his living by bullying people in the paint. He's not going to be able to bully Joe Val. Bam has been on a tear. 52 or more fantasy points in the last 3 games. The Nuggets suck versus centers. I think Bam Adebayo could be an amazing center play at low ownership, but you are sacrificing all this value above them. Everybody else below Bam's really just MME filler for me. What's Butler's ownership? Jimmy Butler is not a 2 guard. What am I doing? He is 10% right now. Alright. Alright, so my core. Scottie Pippen, Brandon Boston, Jaren Jackson, Benedict Mathurin, and then the last guy in. Who should it be? Well, there's so many guys I like today. I could pretty much build you a whole lineup and say, oh, there's the core. But I got to pick somebody, and it's between... I'm not going to go at center because there's so many good options today. But it's truly between Franz Wagner or Jalen Johnson. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put the core in the Discord. And then we're going to move on to DK. Alright, there we go. Our FanDuel core has been posted in the Discord. Man, my brain just did not want to work there. And then here we are on DK. It's kind of the same thing over here as far as centers are just fantastic. But my DK core is pretty simple. Kieta, Boston, Mathurin, Turner. And I'll post that in the Discord too right now. There you go. That's the DK core. Tatum chalk today? No, he won't be. Let's take a look. He will probably almost be unowned. Oops. 7%. But let's build off the FanDuel core here. And then the core, the last one was 2 guys. I know I'm going to get one of those 2 guys in every lineup I build today, so we're just going to run it. Let's see what kind of builds we're getting here. Noah Clowney. Noah Clowney is available to play. Ben Simmons available to play. Got any questions, hit me with them. We're just running this core, seeing what kind of lineups we get spit out here. Guys got any questions, hit me with them. That's why I'm here. Let me help you build. Let me help you win. So he's at 10%. Let me check what hero's at. Okay, here's the lineups we're getting, by the way, guys. See, like I told you, this first one got Jalen and Franz, and I'm okay with it. With Goga over Kieta, so that'll be a massive ownership buff. Let me check that for you, 8. So, I know it's 10% on Jimmy Buckets. Hero is 8%. And looking at their game logs, they're kind of similar, honestly. I would probably lean Hero. Because thinking about it, Michael Porter Jr. will probably be on Jimmy Butler, and Christian Barron will probably be on Tyler Hero. And, I mean, Porter is just a better defender than Braun. So, that's where I stand with that. But, like, this first lineup, it is built for me. I love this. I get all the guys I like. I get Cade, who has huge upside. I get Goga over Kieta, which I love them both. Like, they're both great, in my opinion, tonight. So, really, really like that. The second ownership takes a little bit of a different approach, but I still get Jalen Johnson and Franz Wagner. I get LaMelo Ball. And really the only thing that it has substituted is Ball for Cade and Goga for Kieta. Loving it. Loving it. If you ain't noticed, most of my lineups tonight will have 3 Grizzlies in it. It'll be Scottie Pippen, Jaren Jackson, Santi Aldama, and Jake LaRavia. Most of my lineups are going to have 3 of those 4 guys tonight. It's just the way the cookie's crumbling. Sam Merrill is available to play if anyone cares, which I know you don't. There's going to be a lot of chalky lineups tonight, 8. I think if there was ever a night to play like you do with your very contrarian approach, tonight would be that night, but I don't think you have to get crazy different with it. Like, I think if you played a guy, just one guy in your lineup that was contrarian, like Tyler Hero, and he pops off, I think tonight could be great for you. It's what I'm trying to say is how you build normally is like you go full contrarian, and you know sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But tonight, I think the value is going to be so owned that you can go tonight just playing 1, 2, or 3 guys that have single-digit ownership, and you would be so different that it's insane. Like, let's just look at ownerships. And I think these are all low, by the way. Most owned player, Benedict Mathurin, 28%. I think he's more around 30, 35. Brandon Boston, 28. Probably about where he'll be. Scottie Pippen, 26. I think he pushes 50% ownership tonight. Halliburton, pulling a lot of ownership. I know he's cheap. I just didn't expect Hallie to be pulling that kind of ownership. But the only guys north of 20% ownership are Jaren Jackson, Halliburton, Kieta, Pippen, Boston, and Mathurin, according to LineStar. Yeah, I already gave the DK core and everything. John Conchar is available to play. That is surprising. I did not think he would play today. So how many bodies does Memphis have with Conchar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they got more than I thought, because I thought Conchar would set. I truly did. I don't expect to get any of them, by the way. But I think Edie gets in foul trouble quickly. So, kind of just rule him out there. Let's do some DK builds with the core. DK core was Boston, Matherin, Kieta, Turner. Let's just see what that gives us. Don, you need to sign up for premium, homie. It's only $10. $10 a month. You get every core. Make sure you guys like the video, hit the sub button, share it with a friend. Helps tremendously. Hurry up, Optimizer. We got any news? What we got? Nope, nothing yet. Alright. Okay, so these lineups that's spitting out on DK, love it. Like, look at this first one here. We get the core of Miles Turner, Benedict Matherin, Brandon Boston, and Kieta. And then we get Jaden Ivey, who I love, Luca, who I love, Jaren Jackson, who I love, and our last filler piece is Grant Williams, which I think is totally fine. He's going to play huge minutes today. He should easily pay off at 4,300. It's not a very chalky lineup either. We're getting single-digit guys like Ivy and Williams. Then Miles Turner, I think, should be way more owned than this on DK. Way more owned. Move it back to FanDuel. Let's look at the percentage owned category here. And you can kind of see who's getting the ownership. John Morant will have a follow-up consultation Saturday to provide a timetable for return. Neither one, 8. Neither one. If I had to pick, it's always going to be Allen because I think he has a higher ceiling. But I got Mobley projected for like half a point, fantasy point more. But if I am in that price range, give me Pascal Siakam. He's still low owned at only 9%. And he's like the same price. Cavs starting Garland, Mitchell, Okoro, Mobley, Allen. Pretty much who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. Playoffs? Talking about playoffs? I think Ingram is getting overlooked. Ingram's always a bit risky because there's some games he comes out, it's just like, I'm not going to play basketball today. But when he's on, his upside is insane. I like Ingram. I don't mind Ingram at all. Oops. Let's see. What's he getting? 12% ownership. I think it should be higher. I would want to be around like 15%. This one I just ran is at 5% Ingram, which I don't care for really. I don't care for Sar very much today. I got him projected for 28.14. He's only 4% owned. I know he's had 3 good games, but he really hasn't been getting the minutes. He's doing great in the minutes he's getting. His minutes just scare me. That's the only thing about him. He's definitely worth the risk if you're trying to win a tournament. But you got to understand that, you know, he plays 27 minutes and gets you 34 fantasy points. That's not tournament winning. Yeah, I know this is FanDuel. I've done gave you the DK core twice. Bagley's going to play. So that could cut into Sar. And Melton's going to play, which that don't mean much. Uno momento, por favor. Gotta update my FanDuel lineups. Where's my guy Goga? 8%? Okay, I can live with that. Just for you, 8, I'm going to run one with, where'd he go? With Nurk at center. Got more news. Hornets starting Ball, Miller, Green, some guy I've never heard of, and Gibson on Friday. Who the hell is this guy? Salulon? Who? This guy. He's never really played any meaningful minutes. He's not going to be in my lineups at all. Tijane Salulon? I don't know. See what else we got here. Pacers starting Halliburton, Nimhard, Mathurin, Siakam, Turner. Just who we thought they would. They are who we thought they are. As soon as I set my phone down, Hawks start Young, Daniels, Zachary, Jalen Johnson, Clint Capella. Just who we thought they would run. You guys got questions, hit me with them. Got a ton of news coming in. Draymond Green's available to play. Pistons starting Cunningham, Ivy, Hardaway, Harris, Stewart. So D-Book is going to play. Pelicans starting Alvarado, Brandon Boston, Robinson Earl, Missy, and Ingram. So much news coming in. About 20 minutes or so to lock. Hit me with those questions you gentlemen have. If you don't have nothing, I'm going to bounce out of here. Any last second questions, hit me with them. Alright guys, good luck. I wish you all the best. If you need any kind of help at all, please reach out to me in the Discord at me. I'll be happy to help you gentlemen. But with that said, I'm out of here. Later fellas.